Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as always, we'll be talking about our weekly Torah portion, Parsha Shemot. Not as always, because we begin with a new book of Shemot. Usually it's called Exodus, but literally it means names. And about the names, or rather introductions of the names, we will talk today. In our weekly Torah portion, HaKadosh Baruch Hu first time opens and reveals himself to Moshe, and he introduces him with the famous phrase, Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh, when Moses asked him, how should I introduce you to the Jewish people? And usually this phrase, Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh, translated as I am who I am. But it's always bothered me, this translation. Yes, this translation, this explanation of this phrase, it fits in perfectly in the philosophical view of God, even in the old theological Greek view of God, when gods, they are somewhere there on Olympus and they're totally indifferent to the human beings, or more advanced, moving away from theology, more philosophical, rational understanding of God as Aristotelian understanding of the supreme being or the cosmic intellect, that's still indifferent to us human beings. Even in a pseudo-atheistic understanding of God, this conception, I am who I am, also fits in. Yes, atheistic, because the true atheist, it's not one that complains about God. The modern atheist is somebody that will say, I don't believe in God because he made Holocaust, or he didn't answer my prayers, or he didn't raise my salary, something like that. So if he doesn't care about me, I don't care about him. This is not atheism, because if you are really atheist, you don't care that God does not exist. So why you complain to God that does not exist, or you upset about him? But still, it's idea of indifferent God. But this is not Judaism. In Judaism, God is everywhere, everything. He's in every details. He recreates this world every single moment, as the Rambam puts it. The only thing that we can define about the God, to say that he was a king, will be king, and then king right now. He Ehyeh, again, using those verbs in Hebrew. Or as the prophet Malachi says that I'm God that was not changed, and the continuation of this phrase, and my children, the sons of Yaakov, will not cease, because I'm not changing. So why, when Kadosh Baruch Hu introduced himself to Moses, he says in some strange way, I am who I am? He is not our indifferent God. To understand this, stop reading the translation. Learn Hebrew. Because our understanding of God as I am who I am, it's already coming after processing in the Greek language, processing in Latin language, and then it came to English, not from Hebrew. Because if you read this phrase, it's in the future tense. It's I will be whenever or whoever I will be, not in the past. And then you have to understand the context when God introduced himself to Moses in this way. Because first, at the burning bush, he tells Moses, I'm the God of your fathers, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And then when he sent Moses to the mission to redeem the Jewish people, to take them out of Egypt, to free them out of Egypt, Moses asked him, how should I tell the Jewish people that you are the same God? And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells him, I will be with them in their slavery, in their bondage of slavery, and I will be with them at the Exodus. I will be with the Jewish people all the time. And then in totally different perspective, we can understand his second introduction to the Jewish people already in Mount Sinai, when he gives us the Torah and gives us the first mitzvah and says, Anochi Hashem Elokecha Asher Hotzeticha Me'eretz Mitzrayim. I'm your God who did what? Who took you out of Egypt, as I promised that I will be with you there. This how Rabbi Yehuda Halevi explains the reasoning behind saying that he is our God who took us out of Egypt but not created the world, because this is not a proof. He is the God that cares. He is the God that all the time with us, and he will be Asher Ehyeh in all our beginnings and all our endings, in all our good things and all our bad things, in a joy and a sorrow. He will be with us all the time. This how God introduces himself to us. The only question is actually to us, how much of this God we let into our lives. Thank you very much. Good luck. I see you next week.